Okay, so I was thinking about something as I was walking this morning. Let today be the day that you pour into yourself, not tomorrow, not the next day, not next week, today. I am most at peace when I go for a walk every day. I find that when I am outside, regardless of the trail or the path that I take, all the voices and all the noise is just tuned out. And it's just me outside in this space. And I get to hear myself better. I get to hear my heart too. And I started thinking as I was walking today how often we feel that self-care is elusive to us. Self-care is something that comes with a price tag. And often we automatically think of the images of someone going to a spa, someone in some kind of relaxing environment, getting some kind of treatment. And our mind shuts down and we think, well, I can't afford that. And I started thinking to myself this morning that self-care is really self-love. And self-love is the most radical thing that we can do for ourselves, especially now. And yes, it's nice to go to a spa and have a spa treatment. It's also nice to take a moment and reimagine what self-care can look like, especially when for so long many of us have attached it to something financial. Self-care can be as simple as getting up earlier to take a walk, and that doesn't cost you anything but your time. And your time is valuable, especially when you know that it is something that you're doing for yourself. All too often I keep hearing, these stories of individuals, some I know, some I don't know, who've spent so much time pouring into everyone else. They were putting an oxygen mask on everyone else but themselves. And I'm sure you've heard the oxygen mask story before in some way, where oftentimes, automatically, they'll say if you're on a plane, it's natural to put it on the individuals that you're traveling with because you have this care and concern for them. And I remember hearing this talk several years ago, and it just struck me that that's a natural thing to do. And the speaker said, you need to put the mask on yourself, because if these individuals in some way are relying on you and you put this on them first, how are you going to take care of them through this crisis that you're going through? And I kind of forgot about that talk, and then I started thinking about it, especially now, that so often when I'm pouring into everyone else, there's very little left for me. And then I'm too exhausted to even think about doing something for myself. And I need to change that. And so for me, my self-care and self-love moment is going for walks and being outside. It doesn't cost me anything than time, putting on my sneakers, sometimes deciding on where I want to go, picking a different trail, and simply just walking. And breathing when I'm outdoors feels so much different. We owe it to ourselves to take care of ourselves in so many different ways. And so I really do encourage you to think about letting today be the day that you start pouring into yourself. Whether it's a walk, whether it's sitting in solitude, whether it's putting on your favorite song and dancing, whether it's catching up with a friend, whether it's treating yourself to that delicious dessert that you've been thinking about, whether it's moving your body in some way, something biting my leg, whether it's preparing your favorite meal, whether it's writing a letter, whether it's forgiving yourself for looking at where you are in your life right now and saying, I could have done things better. We are all imperfect, so don't let that be something that eats away at you. It's time to move through and past those regrets into a space where you can think about experiencing daily joy for yourself. Not because you've earned it, because you deserve it. And pouring into yourself is so, so important, especially now. I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and I was like, life is lifing. We randomly met. It's like I randomly meet people in different places, and we randomly met. She swung by the restaurant that I was working at, and we just had a really great conversation, and then kind of lost touch. She had just moved to the area, and yesterday I ended up running into her. The few times that she's come in, we've missed each other. I haven't been on, and we ran into each other yesterday, and we were able to exchange numbers, so we plan on connecting later. And it made me realize that so often when we cross paths with people, we are also in that space of understanding that sometimes pouring into ourselves means making connections with people that you can bring along in your journey, establishing new friendships, and creating an opportunity to know that pouring into yourself also includes socializing too. I always have shared this quote in different ways. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And so pouring into yourself doesn't have to be a solo journey. It can be something that you're doing collectively with family and friends and new people that you meet along the way. I'm in a season where, as I start to understand the importance of pouring into myself a little bit more, not a little bit, a whole lot more, I'm also coming to understand that part of that also includes knowing what to ask for. Sometimes we don't know what to ask for in this journey of self-care and self-love, and it feels uncomfortable. Maybe because we've spent so much of our time in life pouring into others that when someone asks us what we need, especially in a time where we may be dealing with a challenging situation or just not feeling ourselves, it's hard to know what to ask for because we feel that we haven't earned it. And what I'm realizing in this space and at this time is that pouring into myself is starting to create the space for me to understand that I need to be willing to ask for what I need, pray for what I need. And it may not come to fruition immediately or in that moment, but it's an intentional act of working and continuing to ask. That's the most important thing. So on this day, as you go about your activities and whatever you're thinking of doing, I hope that you will consider pouring into yourself in some way. You deserve it. And it's an absolutely beautiful thing, and the most important act of self-love that you can do for yourself starting today is to know that your needs matter. And when you start to take care of yourself, it makes a huge difference in everything that you want to do and experience. So I'm going to continue my walk, and I hope that you will do something and pour into yourself today. And maybe that might include going outside.